Art is a diverse and expressive form of communication that transcends language barriers and speaks directly to the human soul. At its core, art is comprised of various elements that artists manipulate to convey their messages, evoke emotions, and create visually captivating compositions. Among these elements, lines, shapes, and patterns play fundamental roles in shaping the visual language of art. Well, today we'll dig deeper into lines in art, why artists use these elements, shapes in art, and patterns in art. Firstly, what are the elements of art? These are the tools that artists use to communicate their ideas. Viewers like us use them to understand what we're looking at. These elements could be line, shape, color, tone, form, or texture. Lines in art serve as the foundational building blocks upon which compositions are constructed. A line is defined as a continuous mark made on a surface by a moving point, and it can vary in length with direction and character. Artists utilize lines to delineate forms, define contours, suggest movement, and convey mood or emotion. Whether they are bold or dynamic, or delicate and subtle, lines possess inherent expressive qualities that allow artists to communicate their intentions effectively. There are different types of lines. There are straight, dotted, bold, fine, curved, wavy, crosshatched, spiral, zigzag, and painterly. Well, in the realm of artistic expression, lines can take forms and serve diverse purposes. Straight lines convey stability, order, and rigidity, while curved lines evoke fluidity, grace, and rhythm. Diagonal lines suggest movement, tension, and energy, whereas zigzag lines impart a sense of chaos. Artists strategically employ these variations in lines to evoke specific sensations or convey particular meanings within their works. Furthermore, lines play a crucial role in guiding the viewer's gaze and creating visual pathways within a composition. By manipulating the placement, length, and direction of lines, artists can lead the viewer's eye through the artwork, directing attention to focal points or important elements. Additionally, lines can establish a sense of perspective, depth, and spiritual relationships within two-dimensional artworks, enhancing the illusion of three-dimensional space. Well, why do they use these elements? Knowing the art elements help you create your art because you understand how to use them to evoke emotions or convey a particular message. You may also use these elements to create an emphasis on a particular part of the artwork. Shapes in art. Shapes are another essential element of art that artists utilize to organize space, define forms, and create a visual harmony. A shape is defined as a two-dimensional area with identifiable boundaries distinguished from its surroundings by its contour or outline. Shapes can be geometric or organic, abstract or representable, and they can vary in size, proportion, and complexity. There are two main shapes in art. First is regular shapes. We often see regular shapes as triangles, rectangles, ovals, and squares. The second is irregular shapes. Shapes that are less familiar are called irregular shapes. They can be curvy, pointed, symmetrical, asymmetrical, wavy, or rounded. In art, shapes serve as the building blocks of composition, providing structure and balance to the visual arrangement of elements. Artists manipulate shapes to create emphasis, contrast, and rhythm within their artworks. Geometric shapes such as circles, squares, and triangles convey a sense of order, stability, and precision, while organic shapes, inspired by natural forms, evoke a feeling of fluidity and vitality. Moreover, shapes can be imbued with symbolic or metaphorical meanings, carrying cultural, historical, or personal significance. For example, the circle often symbolizes unity, entirety, and wholeness, while the triangle may represent stability or aspiration. By incorporating symbolic shapes into their works, artists can enrich their compositions with layers of meaning and invite deeper interpretation with viewers. Patterns, characterized by the repetition of elements or motifs in a regular and symmetric manner, are another essential element of art that artists employ to create visual interest, rhythm, and unity within their compositions. Patterns can be found in nature and art, and they manifest in various forms, including geometric, floral, and abstract designs. In art, pattern serves both decorative and symbolic functions, enriching the visual experience and imbuing artworks with cultural, historical, or personal significance. Artists use patterns to create visual texture, rhythm, and movement within their compositions, engaging the viewer's eye and enhancing the overall aesthetic appeal of the artwork. Furthermore, patterns can convey meaning, convey cultural identity, or evoke specific emotions or associations. For example, traditional patterns such as the priestly motif or quatrefoil design may carry cultural or religious significance, while repetitive patterns of lines and shape can evoke feelings of art, order, harmony, or chaos. Well, let's recap. Firstly, line and shape are two of the elements of art. Secondly, there are many different types of lines. They can use to evoke different emotions. Last but not least, repeated lines and shapes make patterns. In conclusion, lines, shapes, and patterns are essential elements of art that artists manipulate to convey their messages, evoke emotions, and create visually captivating compositions. Whether declinating forms, organizing space, or creating visual rhythm, these elements play fundamental roles in shaping the visual language of art and enriching the viewer's aesthetic experience. Through the thoughtful manipulation of lines, shapes, and patterns, artists harness the power of visual expression to communicate their ideas, beliefs, and emotion to the world. Thank you for listening.